final step in the content lifecycle is content approval. Most of the content is going to go through a workflow process to make sure that it has final reviews before it's published. That way the content can have many drafts, can live there, and we don't have to worry about if it's going to be pushed out before it's ready to go. What Eric's going to do is he's going to take a look at some of the content that's ready for review and decide if it needs to be worked on some more, or if it could be scheduled or even published live. We'll also take a look at some of the notifications that take place. Now, when Vanessa created that content, it actually did a few things. When she put it into the review state, it actually sent an email to Eric to let him know that there was something waiting for his review. If he missed the email or he forgot, next time he logs into the system and goes to his dashboard, he's going to see that he has content in a review state that he needs to take a look at. Now, at this point, Eric has a number of options. He could go through, he could make some changes himself, he could put some notes in, and then he could decide to change the workflow state. In this case, he could send it back to a draft, he could delete it, or he could go ahead and publish it directly. Additionally, Eric or Vanessa have the option of going in and making sure that this content is going to be published the right time in the right place. So as you can see, we can actually schedule a status change. We can change it to be published at a specific date at a specific time. We can also go in and set another state change if we want it to be unpublished or archived. This gives us complete control and automation over the content, so we can have multiple changes taking place at the same time. As mentioned before, the entire workflow state is completely customizable. If we take a look at the workflows that are available, we can see that while we currently only have one, we can add a number of different workflows for anything in the system. If we see here, workflows have different states they can be in and transitions between those states. These can be modified and changed. For example, we could add a workflow state for legal review or for final product review. We can also determine who has the permissions to change things from one state to another and have complete and total governance. As mentioned before, we also have the ability to set up notifications so that when people are in the right place, they'll get the information that they need. In this case, we have two email templates. One for when content is ready for review that will send a note to the editor for publication, and another for when something has been taken from review back into draft with an email note letting them know that they need to go take a look and see what the notes are. By having the workflow tools available directly in the CMS, it means that we don't have to worry about having a content lifecycle that has to have be a bottleneck for deployments. All the content lives within the system, and it has a full revision history, so we can actually go in and we can see what's happened to it at any point in time across the entire lifecycle. And throughout all of this, we can revert back to Throughout all of this, we can look at or revert back to an earlier version at any point in time. We can also set the state changes to be published or unpublished with a scheduling system and create very complex workflows that can be adapted to your needs.